Hi everybody, my name is Eddie Cornell. I'm part of the steering committee for Veterans for Freedom. And I just wanted to say a few things today that I think people would want to hear. First of all, we're a lawful, peaceful organization. And we're a large number of veterans that have come together that have expressed concern for the direction that our country seems to be going. Now, in a democratic society, the freedom to speak and freedom to choose is paramount. So we don't speak on behalf of all veterans. And a lot will have some very different opinions than we do. But the ones that have joined our group and the ones that will join in the future will find the commonalities that we have are standing up for freedom. We all stood up for freedom at one time. And we are here to stand up for freedom yet again. Canada has quickly become a country where if you speak out, you get shut down. If you don't take a vaccine, you could lose your job. You're not able to fly. You're not able to travel. They've created a system of apartheid, medical apartheid in our country. And that's wrong. In a democratic society, you should have the freedom to choose your bodily autonomy, choose where and when you want to travel, especially within your own country. And we're the only country in the world, by the way, that doesn't allow you to board a train or board a plane to travel within your own borders. People that haven't complied with medical mandates are not free to leave the country. Anybody that has a concern for their medical status or religious status, they've been denied. These are decisions that every Canadian should be able to make for themselves and for their families. So Veterans for Freedom is really what that's about. Freedom from a tyrannical approach to how people should live their lives, the overreach of our government. That's not something that people want to live under. Having to whisper, to say things that in case somebody hears you, you might be punished for. You might lose your job. You might be shunned by friends or family. That's wrong. So we're working with a sense of urgency because I think the window of time to restore those freedoms are short. So we want to be an organization that remembers who came before us and stood up for our freedom. Some gave their lives. Others gave their minds. Others gave their freedom. So we need to remember all the sacrifices that people that came before us and people that are going through those now are experiencing. We can't let this go. Just to comply for the sake of complying would be wrong. We know this is wrong. So our organization is going to be a very high-profile organization that is going to partner with other freedom organizations and be a group of support, security, organizational, and be boots on the ground so that Canadians can see veterans are standing up for them and that their quest for freedoms to be restored are supported by us. So just remember this, a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian. And we are all equal, regardless of race, regardless of background, or regardless where you came from. You're here in Canada, you're a Canadian. And those are freedoms that were the envy of the world at one time. Well, we're not the envy of the world anymore. The world is looking to us as if we are completely captured by a tyrannical government. And that's not what Canada's about. It's been 2 years, and with the speed of which our rights have been trampled over. It's very discouraging. And I'm calling on Canadians to stand to. Now in the military, stand to means that your positions are possibly going to be overrun. And I mean that in a metaphorical sense, because if we let them continue to take away more and more rights, where will they stop? Will they stop when they take each one of us away and put us in a prison or an internment camp because we said something that they don't like? I don't know. I wish I had that answer. But at this point, our government seems completely out of control and just making it up as they go along. I mean, they always talk about base it on the science, yet they've failed to produce the actual science. And those who are qualified in that field are shunned. Medical license taken away. That's that really how science and democracy is supposed to work? That's my dog Gunner in the background, by the way. Such a beautiful day here today. And this is what it's about as a Canadian. If you look behind me, this is a view of my property. I live on 30 acres here. It's just beautiful. And this is what it should be for everybody, just to be able to get outside in the fresh air and be free. Free to do what you want. Within the law, of course. Now, there's been a lot of videos circulating of people that seem to want to attach themselves to our organization. And I guess that's the case with anything. You know, people want to hijack what you're doing for themselves. I just want to let you know that the steering committee, and there's 5 of us, we're the only ones that are going to be speaking publicly about Veterans for Freedom. So anyone else that you hear on social media or in print claiming that they speak for Veterans for Freedom, it's simply not true. It's a real shame when organizations, you know, get hijacked and subverted by people that want to harm your organization, or maybe they just want to help, but in the moment when they're saying what they're saying, it actually ends up hurting your organization. So I just want to make it clear that only the 5 of us from Veterans for Freedom will do any public speaking on behalf of the organization. Just so there's no confusion of what our message and our mission will be. We've also partnered with a number of organizations that are in the freedom movement as well. And we're going to assist them and they're going to assist us. And we're going to be highly visible and helping all Canadians to have our rights restored. And this isn't something that we can do alone. We need each and every one of you to come out and support us and know that we're there and we can liaise with police and kind of be a buffer between what you want to do as peaceful protesters and what our police and government seem to want to do with not listening to what Canadians have to say. As what took place in Ottawa, very shameful. Peaceful protesters, all they had to do was talk to these people, but they decided not to do that, and they chose to come in with overwhelming force. Is that the true demonstration of a democracy and how it handles concerns of the citizens? I don't think so. So I'm going to wrap it up. I just wanted to let you know that, you know, Veterans for Freedom, we're in our infancy, but we're growing rapidly. And I think that should be testament to let you know that something's going on and people can feel it, that is not good. And that our governments need to listen. I don't know what it's going to take to have them listen, to open their ears, to hear what Canadians are saying. The agenda they seem to have doesn't agree with what most people want to do in their daily lives. We need to get back to where we were, where you can come and go in this country, not a medical apartheid system, where you can travel and not have a border within your own country. You can actually leave the country or you can actually travel within your own country and not be declined from getting on an airplane or a train. I think it's very discouraging to a lot of people, and the toll it's taken through drug abuse, mental health on the children. We can't let this go on. We just can't. So we can't stand by and just sit on our hands and sit on our couch. We can't be keyboard warriors. We can't. We need to be boots on the ground and take our message directly to the people that have affected our lives in the way that we have for the past couple of years. So I'd like to thank you for listening, and I hope that you'll decide to support our organization. I mean, we're looking for donations. Donations are something that'll enable us to be able to get boots on the ground, to be there, to help, to hopefully change the direction we're going. If the veterans can't stand up and get a message across to the government, I don't know who can. I don't know. But we're gonna give it our best shot, and I think we have a chance to win this and do it. But we need your help, and we need you to come, and we need you to stand too. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk again soon. Take care.